Yo, we got to do this mic check real quick. So go ahead and spit a verse for us.
Off the grid again. I've been different since my origin. Spinning on this axis got me feeling like contortionists. X and Y. X's ask me why. Why I'm undefined. I just point my questions to the sky and walk in the line. I don't really know about my slope or my path. Started third quadrant, but I know it's not the last. You could catch me in a plane, intercept the new coordinates, alternate the flow, but the currents stay consecutive. I transverse these topics like a mastermind. Dilate these scopes to be reflections of another time, another plane, another frame. Rotate your perspective. Translation, keep the focus. This is just a mini lesson. Blessings.
Thank you so much. I love that so much. All right, what's your name and what are you doing?
My name is Taru Marcellus, and I'm blazing in the spotlight. So to me, poetry is all about free expression. I've been writing for a while now, and when I first started writing, it was all about just like understanding myself. And I think over the years, it's evolved from just that, right? Like me understanding myself to also me understanding other people, me understanding my environment. But poetry is the way that I found to do that, where it's just, it helps me acknowledge the beauty and everything around me. And to understand, even when the things aren't beautiful, right? Like what gets them to that place, what's visible. Poetry to me has just like opened me up to be able to express myself in ways that I otherwise couldn't. A few years ago, I went to Ghana, and it was my first time in Africa. But I reached out to a fellow poet on Instagram, and he connected me with some of his people. And so I was able to be on the radio in Ghana and share poetry and share about my first book. So that was an opportunity that I definitely never imagined. In 2023, I did this cross-country cycling trip, and I went from New Orleans to Louisiana to Seattle, Washington. I was on the road for essentially a year, and poetry opened so many doors, literally and like metaphorically. I just met so many strangers, and sharing poetry and being vulnerable and sharing those aspects of myself. So many people responded in kind by just like opening their doors to me, opening their lungs to me. And so I feel like it took me across this country and just showed me a different side of people than I would have imagined. I feel like writing is an action word. It's an action. So it's really about just doing it. Oftentimes what I really need is just like a space where I can be undisturbed, whether it's quiet or whether it's with music. It could be like a coffee shop, or it could be out in nature, but I just need somewhere where I can sit and be undisturbed and then just do it. Sometimes there's a prompt, sometimes the inspiration just comes naturally. And I'm sure any writer could relate to that. So for me, it's important to have third spaces, just like a space outside of home and work where I can go and be productive and work on things for myself. And so this is one of those third spaces. This is Tris, up in Adams Morgan area. This is one of my favorite coffee shops to go to, mainly because it stays open late at night. It's a great place to just sit and work. It's one of those third spaces I was telling you about. Here we are, we're at Bloom Bars in Northwest DC. This is one of my favorite places to come for open mics and just for art. community. Moon at your side, sun at your back. The stars have already laid a path. Your reputation precedes you. Step into the shade of your presence and be present. Now is the moment of conception, clarity, and all-encompassing sight. Be the landscape that is your greatness. And let the light and the shadows fall where they may. So when I have a show, when I have a set, I like to prepare just by, first off, like figuring out what I'm gonna do, right? So it's cool to answer this in a museum, but I really like the act of curating, right? So just like stitching together something, and memorization, right? Like making sure it's committed to memory. And so I really like being in motion while memorizing things. So that could be either while biking or while walking. And then the day of the show, I'm just like very intentional in terms of like clearing my head, making sure that I'm mentally where I need to be to share, right? Because I feel like just like a whole schooled space, as like a feature or someone who's sharing a good amount of their work, right? Like you're also holding space for people. So I'm very intentional day of.
All right, so you're at your teacher. How you feeling?
Yes, we are. I feel good. I've spent the day outside in nature, laying down, reading, writing, and my head is clear. Um, I'm gonna keep it that way until I get on stage, and I can't promise anything after that. But I'm super excited, and I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, welcome to Root Up to Maintain the love when you walk balance. The scale and the feather will come before the chalice. Embarrassed, hate me seeping in subconsciously. Daps and congrats get minced and laced with jealousy. I wanna be the best I ever for myself. Not just downloads, that's strictly for mental health. The belt and well earned, constant with every breath. Detached from money and let unity guide the steps. Still I falter. Meditate daily to clear the altar. There's holy in this temple, the gym is still assaultion. Laws between these religions, like what's the lesson? No usher, no priestess here. My confession, infinite loops of mistakes, infinite truths escape. It's been 30 long years, how could this be first take? It's been 30 long years, how could this be first take? Va con Dios, Diablo be everywhere in the mix. I'm trying to swim before I meet the river of sticks on Mother Gaia. Cleansing with water before the fire without wings. My ancestors' light, it doth inspire. Without wings, my ancestors' light, it doth inspire. Without wings, my ancestors' light, it doth inspire. And yet all of these paths still converge as one. So learn to drown and to love it be a whole ocean. Learn to drown and to love it be a whole ocean. Y'all say it. Learn to drown and to love it be a whole ocean. Learn to drown and to love it be a whole ocean. Learn to drown and to love it be a whole ocean. Open mics just mean like community. It means connection. It's the space where you can take your art, your craft, your feelings, your experience, and then you can share it. And what I've noticed
from being a poet in that space and also now being a host in that space, it just, sometimes we can get in our own head and we can think, I'm the only person who's going through this, the only person who feels this way. But every time I've been at a open mic, it really just, it builds the connections. It lets people know that they're seen, that they're not alone. And it's just an empowering act, being up there sharing and being heard, being seen. So I think open mics are extremely important. I also love seeing like someone share for the first time. It's a magical experience, and being a host now, I've seen it a few times. Someone comes up and they're shaking and you can hear it in their voice and they're unsure, but then they do it anyway. They do it through the fear. So this is probably the hardest question. What I want the world to know about me is that I'm committed to this journey and just like personal growth in all aspects. And that's me as a person. That's also me as an artist, as a poet. For me, it's not about perfection. It's always progress over perfection. And so I'm taking everything as it comes. The highs, the lows. Yeah, one of my affirmations every single morning is the world's pace is not my pace. And I feel like that's so applicable to my philosophy on life, but also my philosophy with art is just like work through it, let things come when they need to come, let it flow naturally and don't force it. And that's how I'm approaching this journey of life. That's also how I'm approaching this journey as I like step out more into my artistry with poetry and spoken word.
Who timing me? Who clocking me? Who got the watch on me? Time is running, I'm walking slower. Patience, the recipe, the masterwork. My magnum opus and flow from alchemy. Exchange seconds just for this moment. Divine synergy, but no, they never see the ground. Only results, opinions, never mind, so never mind opinions. The shine will come in all due time, forget the mentions. Ask yourself and triple it down on your intentions. Question, good enough? Didn't you know? Perfect solution. High pursuit of optics just leads to your delusion, confusion, hysteria, disappointment. Into release. Stuck inside a cage where the judgment will never cease. This disease, the never-ending train of thought. I cop in silence the peace of mind that can't be bought, nor taught. It lives internal. Extinguish your own inferno. All distractions must die. Passion's eternal. Slow down. Not too fast. You might miss it. Catalyst for gold is consistency, no admission, admit it. All conditions are ripe, you feeling ready. Then take another step towards your goal, it ain't that heavy light. That's what I breathe. Meaning from the dark, I'm gifting you what you need, light. That's what I breathe. Meaning from the dark, I'm gifting you what you need.